morning.
And hopefully, Krissy here.
Well, yeah, it is not a good morning here because it's pouring with rain, but I'm here. I've basically had about a month off, so it's a bit of a shock to the system for not back to school week to be up at 8 o'clock live with you guys. So welcome. It's really great to be back.
I feel like we should have called this session Get Up and Go Slow.
Yeah,
rather than it all sounds a bit intense, doesn't it? Get up and go.
Yeah. My kids are like, "What are you doing, Mum?" They're still in their pajamas eating breakfast, going, "What are you doing?" "I'm back to work today." You know, that thing I used to do before August.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock, wasn't it, to the system, that and the intro, a bit intense rock music just to wake everybody up.
Cool. Let us know how you are in the chat, everybody.
How's everyone feeling out there in Home Ed land? Morning, Stacey. Right, I thought we'd start with a quick rundown of what's on this week, just in case you've missed any of the millions of posts on Facebook about what's coming up this week, because we are not back to school. Hooray! Morning, everyone that's joining us. So coming up this week, we have, obviously today, we're here with a quick intro with a few updates. And then tonight, you can join Krissy for Welcome to Home Ed.
Yeah, so I'm doing 3 webinars this week, actually. This evening, if I'm still going, in 12 hours' time, I will be back for a webinar for the grown-ups, which is a bit of a welcome to home ed. So it's for people that are, starting out home ed. I feel like we always think about grown-ups who are sending their kids off to school and the nerves there. But I think sometimes, if you're starting off home ed, it can be a bit nervous. It can feel a bit you might feel a bit like, what have I got to do? How much do I have to do? What should home ed look like for us? So yeah, if you're new to home ed, then I will see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Really looking forward to it. And also, there'll be lots of opportunities for people to ask questions and stuff as well. So, and I can talk from, my experience as well, if that helps. But we all do it differently, which is really, really important. And what's great about home ed. So yeah, so that's at 8 tonight. I'm still awake.
And tomorrow morning, you can join me for the All About Me session, which isn't all about me, by the way. It's all about you, really. That's at 9:30 tomorrow, and that is one for the kids as well. So the whole family can get involved in that. We're going to play some games and do a bit of learning about how different ways that we all learn, what we like, what we don't like, maybe spark some ideas for things that you want to explore in the next few months as well, in terms of topics or hobbies or activities. So that should be a lot of fun. Then back with Krissy on
Wednesday at 8, another one for grown-ups. I am going to attempt to do a whistle-stop tour of making the most of your Twinkl subscription. We often hear about how it's overwhelming and what do I do? Or some people often go, well, I didn't know that bit existed. A little caveat, I can't tell you everything about Twinkl in, a 45-minute webinar. But, again, there'll be lots of opportunities to ask questions, to make it personal to you guys. If there's anything specific you're like, I really want to help with this, I don't know how to use this. But yeah, on Wednesday at 8, we are going to be looking at how to make the most of your Twinkl subscription without getting overwhelmed. Hopefully. And then on Friday at 8, so people may or may not know, but in a previous life, I used to do a lot of antenatal classes when I left the classroom, and baby yoga and baby massage and all sorts I used to do before the pandemic. And one of the big things I love is about providing time for people to relax and rejuvenate. So Friday at 8, and this is suitable for everybody. If you want to come along, and your young people want to come along, we're going to do kind of some nice stretches and breath work and a nice relaxation. So yeah, so that's Friday at 8.
Fab. And Dawn, one of our marvellous Twinkl ambassadors, has just reminded us in the chat that over on Instagram, they're going to be doing, our ambassador's going to be doing a day or week in the life starting next week over on Instagram. So if you're not following the Twinkl ambassadors already on Instagram, do that. I don't know if you can drop your links in here, ambassadors, or we'll do a separate post to send you guys over to find them. They are full of genius ideas.
Amazing ideas. And sometimes it's nice to see, you know, lots of the resources and stuff that we make, you know, people using them. And I think our ambassadors are amazing at, you know, showcasing how awesome some of the stuff is that we do.
Absolutely. So I thought we'd do a little kind of fun quiz now to get us thinking about home ed and the fun that lies in store, all the bits that aren't so fun. So what do you love and what do you dread, guys? What are you looking forward to and what do you think, oh no, I wish I didn't have to do this? I thought we'll start with planning, the P word, which some of you I know love planning and others not so much. I definitely fall into the not so much category. I don't know about you, Krissy, but
so
I much prefer to wing it over here.
Yeah, the word planning fills me like, sort of makes me come out in a cold sweat. So I think, you know, back to what we always say, we all do home ed very differently. I've never ever planned. Am I allowed to say that out loud? We kind of just go with the flow. So my eldest, funnily enough, has just got up and gone, I'd like to do some word searches today. And so I'll probably find some word searches on Twinkl that have a, you know, a slightly educational theme. And, you know, last week she was going on about wanting to do some art, making lots of different monsters. My eldest at the moment's into those puzzles where, you know, there's lots of different words and you have to fit them into a grid. You ever seen those? They used to be in like, you know, like ladies magazines years ago. They might still be. But like you've got like it's like a theme, like summer, and there's like 3-letter words, 4-letter words, 5-letter words, so on. You've got to like put them into the frame and make them all fit, all the words. So he's really into that at the moment. As a dyslexic learner, he's really doesn't like picking up a pencil. So actually, again, you know, it's something that he doesn't realise he's writing and learning spellings while he's doing puzzles. But yeah, planning. Don't think I love it or dread it. Used to love it as a teacher, but yeah, as a home edder, we're a go with the flower. So I don't think I love it or dread it.
We've got a total mix in the comments of loving it, hate it, love to plan but never quite manage it. Yeah, I think that might be me. It's not so much that I dread it, but I just will always find something more exciting to do, and then it never happens. Yeah, following the plan can be an issue. Yes, I hear you, Anna. The planning bit maybe happens, but then sticking to it. But then that's the joy, isn't it, of home ed?
Absolutely. And I think lots of young people really like a plan and they need to know where they are and what they're doing and, you know, all those things, you know, and that's great. The flexibility is really key.
Yeah. Right, I thought I'd put this one in, rainy days. Do we love it? Do we dread it?
I dread it.
I dread it. Absolutely dread it.
Which is what we've got today, and I'm sat there thinking, my eldest, since he was very small, needs to. I've always described him as. It sounds really horrible, but I've always described him as a bit like a terrier. Like he needs to be like run out, or he climbs the walls. And so, yeah, for me, I dread it. Not because I don't take my kids out, but because they just have an extra layer of muck and wet clothes and filth on rainy days. My children seem to, you know, turn getting filthy into an Olympic sport. Yeah, dread it for me.
I just find I think mine was slightly older than yours, Krissy. I think just trying to get teenagers outside is hard enough on a beautiful sunny day, but when it's raining, they just look at me like I've lost the plot. Let's go.
There seems to be a lot of love in the chat lots of puddle jumping and movie marathons. Lots of people seem to like an excuse to stay in. And I sometimes think we often feel like we have to be out all the time, don't we? And doing something. I think, in life, we tend to lead, a lot of us, very busy lives. And having that kind of almost ticket to stay in is a really good one.
Yeah, definitely. I hear this a lot, and some of you, I think somebody earlier said about not liking the summer holidays because they love days out. So now we've got, and I hear this a lot in home ed chat and things, the place to ourselves. But for me, so I was thinking about this one, because to me, that my kids, well, when one of them was home ed, who no longer is, but the other one who is, they didn't like that. They didn't like that place to ourselves thing. They felt, I think, if we went to a museum or an exhibition or something like that, they felt really on show. And for them, that hyped up the anxiety a bit, because it felt like, there's, say we're in a museum, there's one tour guide there and they're going to talk directly to me and ask me the questions, and I don't want that, So to me, the place to ourselves was not a great concept when I had two home edding. So, but agree, everywhere gets very busy in the holidays. Yeah.
No, so. I've got to be a love it. My youngest is a bit of a free spirit, and we went to we've got an outdoor Lido near us, and one of my friends had this great idea to go in the summer. And I was like, yeah, sounds amazing. Oh, it was like hell on earth. Usually if you go to a swimming pool or whatever in the day, you can actually see your child. And although my children obviously can both swim, I'm not suggesting that, and I was sat on the side, like it wasn't like I wasn't supervising, but it was like, where are they now? Where are they now? Because there was like a whole swathe of, people in the pool. So, I have to say I love it.
Agree with
for having places to themselves in the chat.
There is, but the no school today question. Yeah, I did get that a lot, and again, it was aimed at the kids. Why aren't you at school? No school today. You got a day off. And they really didn't like that.
I don't know if I've said this out live, but my daughter, sort of in about April, decided that she was going to name home ed the Flowery Flip Flop School, because I'd gone out or something for the day. I can't remember what I had on, and my other half was here, and obviously he didn't do it right, because they came home and complained. And when I came home, and I said, was the supply teacher not very good? And then somehow my daughter then decided she was the head of the school, and decided, because I have some flowery flip-flops, that she was going to call it the Flowery Flip-Flop School. And it's kind of now got this name. So now I'm really worried, that she's going to go, well, I am at school. I'm at the Flowery Flip-Flop School.
Nice. I like it. We've got one more. Time management. So different to planning in that when you don't have that set timetable, or maybe some of you do, maybe you do set out a timetable. How do you find that? Are you itching to get going with them by the time 8 a.m. clicks on, or are you kind of, no, it's okay, we'll do our own, we'll do stuff in the evenings, or we'll do stuff at the weekends, or how's everyone's time management? Again, mine is
an interesting one.
Not good.
Because I think sometimes we feel conditioned that we have to do stuff between 9 and 3.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's like a societal conditioning. I think sometimes, I think when I think of time management, I think about that I have to get out somewhere for if I've got somewhere to be, and I'm really poor at that. I'm always late or super early. My
kids really rebelled against doing anything at 9 till 3 to them was, well, that's when we're going to do home ed, because that's when we went to school. So don't even think about going past 3 o'clock, So for us, it really was contained within that, because it worked for them. And, you know. But yeah, some activities planned. Yeah, so if you've got activities, it's quite nice, isn't it? Because it gives you a little bit of structure through the week. You know the points that you're aiming for. Everything else a bit all over the place, like it.
Days have got later as children have got older. I think that's a really nice thing as well, you know, like being able to work on. I mean, I don't have teenagers, but I remember reading a really interesting article many moons ago when I was a teacher about, you know, offering different times for different teenagers and how we'd possibly see achievement at schools go, you know, would be better if we offered, you know, like night owls that want to be doing stuff a lot later and don't want to be sat at a desk at 8:30, and also those kids that are up at the crack of dawn that do want to be. And, you know, I think home ed is the perfect way of doing that.
Yeah.
Someone else has got a free-spirited home ed 7-year-old.
Love that. Other ideas.
That has other ideas.
Right then, let's whiz on ahead, and we'll have a quick. This will be a whistle-stop tour of our live lessons, which are coming up. Not next week, week after. Krissy, you probably know the exact date we start.
No.
I always think where's our planning? The 16th.
Hang on, let me work it out. I've got the calendar up. Yeah, Monday the 16th. That's it. Yeah.
So this is our programme of live lessons starting Monday the 16th. We're going to whiz through these, and me and Krissy will each do. I think we should try 30 seconds, Krissy.
Yeah, that's fine. I reckon I can do that. That's easy.
30 seconds. We have to quickly tell you what the live lessons are all about. I know there's lots of you out there that know these already, and that are big fans. So we can't wait to welcome you all back, and hopefully have some new people joining us too. So on Monday, you can join me for Pathfinders, which is a nature-themed session. The guided age is 4 to 11, but that's all our age categories are a guide. And our new topic is Step into Autumn. For those of you who have been to Pathfinders before, we've got a slightly different look to it this year. We've got a new feature called Creative Corner, which I'm very excited about. Our Pathfinder Pack presenters will be back. So this is when you guys get to make short nature videos, and we share them in the live lesson. So the kids get a chance to be presenters and share things that they're passionate about in nature, and also help to support our topic for that week. So that opportunity is coming up as well. And we always end Pathfinders with a Scraptastic challenge, and their work gets to be shared at the end of the session each week, which is using scrap material to create a beautiful piece of artwork in relation to that week's topic. I reckon that's 30 seconds, probably a bit more.
Yeah, I would say.
Tuesday.
So Tuesday is Time Explorers, which most of the time obviously has a history theme. Again, it's 7 to 11, but lots of opportunities for older learners. So in my previous life, I was a GCSE history teacher. So, you know, I always put lots of things for secondary learners in there as well. This time it's going to be a bit different, because we're deciding, obviously, we're going to talk a little bit in a minute about Virtual Wonders of the World, which is our next virtual adventure coming up. And so this time we don't have a proper, like a big planning pack for Ancient Wonders of the World, because I'm kind of doing it in as a way of supplementing everybody doing the Virtual Wonders of the World. So they're kind of looking at the modern wonders. I'm going to be looking at the ancient wonders. There's a lovely kind of journal activity to do with it. And it's the aim of it really is to complement the Virtual Wonders of the World by looking at the ancient wonders. So we're going to be learning. We can't do all of them because we've only got 5 weeks, but we're going to be looking at all of the ancient wonders of the world, which I'm quite excited about. And then I'm glad you put, I was sat here panicking because I was thinking, I'm sure it's mountains, but I can't quite remember because I planned this back in June, which seems a very long time ago. So thank you very much for putting on here what it was. But yeah, World Learners, we're going to be doing Magnificent Mountains. And this is kind of a geography kind of sciencey session for World Learners. And yeah, we're going to be looking at various things. We're going to be looking at the mountains of the world, and mountain explorers, and mountain animals, and mountain, sort of flora and fauna, and whether how you measure mountains, and all sorts of kind of science and geography based things. And again, both World Learners and Time Explorers is interactive with lots of discussions and activities for you guys to do at home. So yeah.
Then on Thursday, we have Imagination Station, which is our drama and storytelling session. So this is, in general, for younger learners, but to be honest, we have all different ages joining it. I know there's some that are beyond 8 that love it and join in. And probably some below 3. So everyone is welcome to Imagination Station. I can't say that enough. And I think you're never too old for a little bit of imaginative play. So we sing songs, we play games, and each week we look at a sort of basic drama skill, and we look at bringing part of our story from that week to life using that skill. It might be mime or narration or movement. It might be song. So our topic for this term is safety first. So we're looking at things like staying safe by the water. We've got a bonfire night special. And again, I'm trying to pull these from the back of my brain. We've got staying safe at home and something else. It's going to be amazing, guys. Trust me. But lots about staying safe. And also a great session for looking at kind of social emotional skills. So we look at kind of the characters in our stories are sometimes in uncomfortable or worrying situations, but in that safe world of play, we kind of look at that, suggest ways how they could deal with that situation they're in. So good for sparking discussions too. And on Friday,
yeah, we've got book club. We're going to have a little bit of a change with book club. So we kind of do book club and then maths club. And we've done a lot of longer books for book club. And actually, what we're going to do, what I've kind of worked out is if you're not sort of there for the first couple of weeks and we're doing like a 12-week book club, it's very hard to sort of join in and dip out. So this time I'm going to do shorter stories and tales. And we're going to do lots of different craft activity ideas and lots of kind of vocabulary and writing ideas. So lots of really fun activities, but they're going to be linked to shorter stories this time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm really excited.
Awesome. We may have slightly gone over our 30 seconds, but hopefully that's given you an idea. We've got a question about the scrapbook element and what that will be like. So this is for Pathfinders on our Monday session. The scrapbook is a kind of new idea. It sort of, it does replace the old live lesson journals, which I just felt they're so small, it doesn't give much space for creativity and expansion within that. And I know lots of you are keeping those as a kind of record of what you've done each week. So the idea is the scrapbook gives you lots of different cutouts that you can mix and match, create your own journal or scrapbook to keep that record each week of what you're up to in Pathfinders. And you can just use any notebook to stick them in, or you could just have them as they are on the paper even. So you don't need to go and buy a big fancy scrapbook or anything. But have a look through that resource and hopefully you'll kind of get the idea, and I'll be introducing it on our first session anyway, and taking the kids through how they could use it. So I hope that answers that. Finally, join us next week for our big launch. I think we're both doing this together. Waiting for a nod from Krissy. Yeah. for the live launch of our virtual Wonders of the World adventure. So this is our latest virtual adventure, and I know lots of you have joined us for these before. We've done all sorts of different ones like Australia and a botanical adventure and all kinds of things. So this one is the virtual Wonders of the World. And let's have a quick look through what's coming up with this. I'll pop the link to the resource pack in this chat in a moment. And the resource pack contains, so for those of you that are new to a virtual adventure, you'll get, it's really, really easy to follow. And I think that's what makes them kind of really popular. You'll get a set of instructions which gives you a step-by-step, here's how to go on your adventure, which you can follow through. And then you'll have a main PowerPoint within that pack, which gives you the story. The story of our virtual adventure this time is that an alien has landed in your garden and they want to learn about the world. So you take them to show them all these wonders, which is quite a nice concept. You know, if an alien landed, what would you show them? What would you tell them? So that's the main PowerPoint, which takes you through the story. And from that, you can jump out of the PowerPoint into the field guide. The field guide is where you'll find a whole load of different extension activities around each part of the story. So say you're traveling to the pyramids in the story on the PowerPoint, you can then link out to the field guide and do some extension activities around the pyramids. So, and then jump back into the story and carry on. So it has the potential to be a huge, huge project, which is really nice. So you can dive really deeply into each element. This is the map tracker poster. So we always have some kind of tracker for the children to tick off as they go. This is what I've completed. And this time it's a map, and you can add the photos of each destination as you visit them, flying in your spaceship with your alien. And then there's a few other different activities, one about discussion questions, a couple of games, and you get a certificate at the end. You'll also find in the pack the Natural Wonders of the World video. So like Krissy is doing the ancient wonders in Time Explorers in those live lessons. You can also explore the natural wonders. And there's a video to kickstart your adventures in that as well. And then the live launch, which is next Monday at 9:30. Join us live to do a few activities and get everyone excited about the start of our adventure. How long is it on for? Well, we'll be focusing on it for the whole of next week, really. But obviously it can take you a lot longer than a week to complete. It depends how far you extend it.
Definitely check out the field guide, because obviously that would enable you to potentially have a project that went on until Christmas, doing it a couple of times a week. If you just follow the PowerPoint, obviously it would be less, but they're kind of, again, to fit around your kids' interests, and they can go on for ages.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's as long or as short as you like. And Tasha's answered that as however long you want. Yeah, Northern Lights one, you could do all the additional activities, like Krissy said. Yeah, it could make a huge project. And Time Explorers, another shout out to Krissy. Join Time Explorers to look at the ancient wonders too. There we go.
And paw print badge.
Oh, I should have added that.
People have got their paw print badges on the way. So it's done in partnership with Paw Print. So if you collect your paw print badges, then you can head over there as well and order your paw print badge, which is exciting.
Yes. Right, I think we're done.
Yeah, we are, I think. 8:30. So
yeah,
time for breakfast or second breakfasts, depending on how early your kids got up. So so I will see everybody at 8 this evening. Yeah.
And I'll see you all tomorrow morning for the family session. So yes, we'll see you all throughout the week. Have a brilliant rest of your day.
Yeah, and happy not
back to school week.
See you soon.
Bye everyone.